So when I posted the nickel strong variation contain blitz to the sugar 3 seam, it kind of sparked some friendly debate on TGL about who came up with the nickel sugar 3 seam. And I think the consensus that we arrived at is that while some people are maybe the first to post on YouTube, it's still a very popular defense, and who really knows who came up with it? What I know is that everybody has a unique way of kind of tinkering with this defense. In my video, I did a bump and run. Misery doesn't like to use the bump and run. Some players do like to use the bump and run. Other players just like to man align and keep the corners back. And that brings me to my point of this video. TGL forum member Drama, who has been a tournament veteran for, he's been around for several years, sent me a write-up on his version of the nickel strong defense. And while it has a lot of the same concepts as most people's nickel strong defense, he does things more schematically than most. Misery's style, which works for Misery and may work for some of you, is to simply choose sugar 3 seam as the be-all end-all of the scheme, and then he mixes in every once in a while an A-gap or something of that manner. But he's running sugar 3 seam for the most part the majority of the game, and then he flies around making adjustments to the zones that his corners are in. So if he wants to put his corners in outside corners and yellow zones to stop out routes, he'll do that. If he thinks you're going to throw a wheel to the flat pretty quickly, he'll put him in flat zones. If he thinks you're going to go deep, he's going to drop guys in deep zones all over the place. He's going to shade zones. He's doing a lot of things to this one play to give him a chance to stop you without having to switch plays. Drama, on the other hand, is a schematic player. He is going to use 3 or 4 plays within the formation and make them all look the same, but he's not going to make super big adjustments to all the players and all the outside corners, both safeties, drop a spy here, drop a spy there. He's not making a million adjustments. So I'm going to show you what Drama does. Drama sent me this article, or this basically a write-up, and he wants me to share it with the community because he doesn't have an HD PVR. So you'll have to make sure to check the link in the description and drop by the TGL forums to thank Drama for flying this into us. So he's going to use sugar 3 seam, sugar blitz, and sugar 2 buzz. He's using all 3 plays, and then he's also going to use cover 3, the base cover 3 play. So first we'll go over the sugar 3 seam. Much like the previous video, you get the dual edge heat. He simply just man align, shift linebackers to the right. He'll either contain the defensive end and let this guy blitz, or he can leave him rushing and let that guy blitz as well. And then he re-blitzes the end. Dual edge heat, just like the last video I showed you. Pretty good heat. Now, what he does is he will also just send one edge. So man align, shift linebackers right. If he wants to bring the right edge, he blitzes the right defensive end. And then from there, he contains the D tackle opposite, spies the D tackle opposite, contains the defensive end opposite, and then he can man or zone the blitzing corner. So in this case, we'll go ahead and put Weddle. We'll put Weddle in man coverage on Richardson in case he runs like a wheel or something. And then he simply just lurks. You gotta make sure Te'o doesn't float away. And then 3-man heat comes off the right edge. It can be picked up by the late player sliding over, but it is 3-man edge heat. So conversely, or inversely, the defense that mimics it is off the left edge. So, and then obviously you're going to spy, contain, and zone out here on this side. And then this 3-man edge heat comes in off this edge. So essentially you're going to send one edge and then spy and contain the defensive end opposite and then zone the blitzing player on that side. So that's the sugar 3 seam. He also uses the sugar 3 seam for run defense. So let's go ahead and come out in a formation where our opponents can run the ball. A really popular formation is I-form twins flex this year. And he uses the sugar 3 seam for that as well. So again, man align, shift linebackers to the right. Now what he's going to do is he's going to look and see which side do I think they're running to. If it's the right side, in this case it does because it looks like this side is the side that has no receivers on it, trying to get us empty and run it outside, he's going to pull this corner down and put him in a flat zone. From there, he's going to do the spy and contain of the defensive end on the run side, or on the right side rather. And then he also zones out this linebacker, but for the purpose of stopping inside runs, I want to leave Manti Te'o on this blitz angle and let him run inside and stop runs. It's kind of like a surprise blitz angle. So I'm gonna leave him, but Drama likes to zone him out. Then you're going to use this player who's responsible for center field and basically contain the run to the outside and then react to any play action and make sure that you're covering this deep half of the field. So when the ball's run to the outside, you're just going to stay home, contain. As you can see, that flat corner does a fantastic job of setting the edge. Now, if the ball's being run to the left side of the field, you're doing the same setup still. And if you think the ball's being run to this side, you're going to put the free safety in a flat zone to help set that edge. But you're going to leave this player blitzing because Weddle's blitz angle is nice because it's going to come in hard at an angle and set that edge. And again, you're going to, because you have this guy in the dropping in the deep third, you can be aggressive in this seam and then come down and make a play in this area of the field. So when the ball's run left, you're just going to basically play the seam and try to make a play in the A gap if you can. You can shoot it if that's where you think that they're going. So we'll go ahead and do the exact same setup. Spy, contain, pull this player down, put this player in the flat zone, and then if you really think they're going left, you can shoot the A gap. They have nowhere to go there, and then that player in the flat zone again sets the edge and makes the tackle. So that's the run defense. Now we're going to look at the Sugar 2. And the Sugar 2 is a defense that he uses in situations like 3rd and short, 4th and short, where he thinks you might throw to the flat. So it's a good defense for a situation where it's like, okay, I want to bring the heat, but I also want to take away the flat at the same time because I think they're going to hot throw. So in this defense, he likes to, I'm going to have to click off of this and double check to make sure that I'm citing this correctly. I believe he wants to man a line, and then he's going to, sorry, I'm going to my inbox as I do this video. He likes to man a line and then shift the linebackers right. No, he likes to bump and run and then shift his linebackers right. Okay, so then it looks like this, and then he likes to bring this corner down. He sends 5 for the left edge, but you can actually contain this defensive end. So I missed a step there. I apologize, I missed a step there. He likes to bump and run, spread defensive line, and crash them out. So we'll do that again. Bump and run, spread defensive line, crash them out, shift linebackers right. And then you can contain that end. He likes to reblitz that end on the left of screen as well, I believe. Yeah, he does. Okay. So then the heat comes off the left edge, pretty solid. Both flats are covered. If he wants to bring the 5-man right edge heat, he will do the exact same setups. You're going to press, spread line, crash out. Then you're going to shift linebackers right, blitz the right backer. You can zone this player out. And then this player, I believe, is going to be blitzing. So I apologize, I'm getting this all screwed up here. Okay. Apologize there, I just had to like read for a second. So then you get the right B-gap heat. Now if he wants to bring both edges, and he says, take note, he rarely does this, maybe once a game at the most. Same setup. bump and run, spread D-line, crash out. Reblitz both defensive ends and blitz the right of screen backer. Then you're just going to bring down both safeties. Bring down safeties when you run this just to prevent a quick throw down the seam. Then you bring this dual edge heat with cover 2 look, flats are covered. So that's the right, left, and dual edge for that. Now the other play he will use is the man version, and the defense is very much the same. So again, bump and run, spread lines, crash them out. On this one, you don't have to worry about reblitzing Teo. This is the right heat. It's the same as the Sugar 2, without having to reblitz Teo. If you want to bring the left, you will call the Sugar Blitz, bump and run, shift linebackers right, spread line, crash them out. Then you reblitz this end and the safety on this, or the blitzing strong safety on that side. If you want to, you can zone out and contain the opposite D end, and then just cover the man who's left open. It's man coverage heat off both sides. So then obviously, if you want to run dual edge, bump and run, spread line, crash out, make sure you call the play first. It looks like this, where you're just going to reblitz both defensive ends and the blitzing, or the corner that needs the blitz. And make sure you just cover the man who's left uncovered. And hopefully Weddle, for you, won't dive on that stupidly and he would just pick it up and run. So that leaves goal line defense. Now, at the goal line, if you think they're running, run the run defense. If you think that they're going to come out in like a bunch or something of that nature, you're going to call the Sugar 2 again, because most people near the goal line or in the red zone in general want to throw to the flats, because that's the area that most players give up when you're between the 20s. Hey, you may not have flat zones when you're not in the red zone, but when you are in the red zone, you need them because people want to throw short like that. They want to make it basically a high percentage play and throw the ball to a receiver out in the flat or running back out in the flat. So in the red zone, he likes to bring the blitzing corner inside, and then the safety on the side with more receivers, he brings him down and puts him in a hook zone. And then he contains the opposite side defensive end. Now, as you notice here, your hook zones are all kind of in the same area. If you think they're going to throw a drag over the middle, that's fine. But if you want to be safe, you can double baseline and spread them out. Then you're going to lurk with this player. So both flats are covered. You're bringing a corner off the edge. You've got to contain on the opposite side if they want to run a screen. And then you're just going to get aggressive over the middle. So make a play on the ball over the middle as they throw it, because most players are going to throw a hot drag or a wheel or something of that nature. So again, the play is bring the corner inside. Then you're going to contain the opposite side defensive end, and then put the side with the corner on the side with, the free safety on the side with more receivers in a hook zone, and then user with this player. And notice, if they try to throw this wheel, you already have a guy out there on the flat. So that's the purpose of the red zone defense. Last but not least, in the drama defense, we're going to talk about coverage-based defense. Now, his coverage-based defense it's pretty nice, but it's not a sugar-based defense, so I'm going to make a slight tweak to it. The setup for him is he likes to call cover 3. So he just calls the generic cover 3 play in the formation. As you can see, that's not a sugar look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spread the defensive line and shift the linebackers right. What this is going to do is it's just going to kind of make it look like that. Now what he likes to do is he's going to put the D tackles in a yellow zone and a spy. The side with the running back, he's going to leave that defensive end rushing. And then the opposite side running back, he's going to put him in man coverage. Then he's going to pinch the defensive shell to the inside, so Y and then down on the right stick, and user center field. And ultimately, it's pretty solid coverage-based defense. You can't really run anything underneath on it. You're going to have to go more vertical on the coverage-based defense. So, in my opinion, it's a pretty solid defense. But the only thing you need to do is make sure that your defense looks the same as the sugar stuff, because in your coverage-based defense, you want to make it look like your Heat. And if you make it look like the Heat, then there's a chance that your opponent may block their running back, and then they're in trouble because they've got, maybe 3 routes against 4 routes, or 3 routes against, 9, 10-man coverage, which is ultimately what you want. You're going to defend center field, and basically this coverage defense is pretty solid. Here, the one-man pressure got to us as we were throwing to an open receiver. But that's it for this defensive scheme. Make sure to drop by TGL and Thing Drama. I'll post a link in the description. If you like this series, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And moreover, if you have something in your arsenal that you want me to put on the channel, go ahead and send me a message. It doesn't have to be right away sending me your scheme, because I don't want you sending me your scheme and then blaming me if I don't post it. I can only do things as I have free time. So if you have interest in sending me something, send me a message, whether it be on TGL or my YouTube inbox. Any way you can get in touch with me, just send me a message and let me know that you have something that you want to go on the channel, and I'll do my best to put it on there. So until then, get in the lab and good luck.